Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. Today's video is showcasing Tinkaton, how strong this Pokemon is. Do you need one? Should you do your best to get one, or you should just build a whatever one? Today's video is showcasing some battles from Brixie, King Brixie I call him. He's the best bold player after Lars Jeff quit the game. And today's video was showcasing him using Tinkaton to hit the Legend rank in the Go Battle League. I do believe that he went 10-0. Yes, he went 10-0. He did not drop a single game. And that's because he's running actually a nice, very, very good and balanced team. As you can see, we have Galarian Weezing here as the hard-hitting Pokemon and two tanks in the back. The first tank is Lapras. And no Skull Bash. Why no Skull Bash? Because there is so many Tropius. And there is so many Cactons. And you need the Ice Beam to one-shot those. And now for the Nintendo-looking character, aka Tinkaton. I don't know how this thing is called Pokemon. It's literally looked like those Nintendo games characters. Maybe they just hired someone, did an intern for like 2-3 days, and they came up with this design. Who knows? All we know is that this Pokemon is insanely tanky and has a good moveset. They removed, they gave the Brutal Swing and then they took it from it. I do see why, honestly, with the Pokemon's already insane as is. And the Brixie is running Iron Head. I am not sure whether it has Iron Head or Heavy Slam, but both moves are the same, so don't freak out. Both moves have the same stats and same damage, same energy, same damage, aka same stats. He's running Fairy Wind, Play Rough, and Iron Head, and I think in many cases he needed Bulldoze. I know that Bulldoze is much worse, but there is like a bunch of a bunch of Weezing. I mean, Weezing we have Iron Head technically, or Heavy Slam, whichever move it has. But I think Tentacruel was actually the biggest problem. So if you run into Tentacruel issues, you have to run Bulldoze. So without further ado, let's just go and watch these battles. And battle number 1 here, we're queuing into the Spring Cup. Do you need a good IV? Yes. Does Brixie have a good IV? No, he doesn't. Before start attacking, if you start dropping some. Okay, let's move on to the battle. And battle number 1, we have a Lapras Mir. Amazing. This is cool. This is the Mir that why people hate playing this cup, to be honest. But there is no way around it. If you're on Skull Bash, you're just gonna lose to every Tropius. So I don't think it's worth it running for the Mir, because there is a way to play this. It's like you tank a move, they have a Skull Bash, you just switch out to the Hammer Pokemon here. Damn, I think this is like the only Pokemon in the game that has a weapon. I mean, you could say that about Swobble's evolution, because it's supposed to have a water gun looking thing, because it's always like having a sniper. But maybe it was also designed by the same person. Point swapped into Tropius. Look how abysmal the damage that Tropius is doing. Look at this. Yeah, this is not going to do any damage. That's how insane it is. We're just going to switch to Tropius, and since they are in a sludge range, we can just do some shenanigans here. We can do 4 and then throw... No. We can throw in 6, actually. And that's how you optimize your farm, just like a Brixie. That's why we call him King Brixie. He's the king in this game. Sparkling Aria, getting shielded. We're going to do like 2, 3. I think we could have done 1 more. But I think he did 3 because... You will see later why. We're gonna go for this catch on the Sparkling Aria, and now they switch to Credeli, and that's why Ice Beam. That's where Ice Beam comes in clutch. As you can see, 2 Ice Beams, double shot. The Credeli, which is the most obnoxious Pokemon currently. Now, as you can see, they are so loaded on energy. Move didn't show up, man. This game doesn't work. He has the move, by the way, guys. But it's not worth it. We can just let it go and bring the Tinkaton and throw the Heavy Slam, bash back the grass Pokemon, and then Lapras, and then winning this game. So that was actually an insanely well played game by Brixie. That was such an insane overfarm and energy management. Next game, Lapras lead. How do you play the Lapras lead? You just keep farming. If they Skull Bash, you go Tinkaton. If they don't Skull Bash, you stay in. So Sparkling Aria, you stay in. Why would you stay in? Because we don't need to switch out. And if they in the Skull Bash mid, we switch out because we have an answer, you know. I mean, it's not, it's just only one answer, but we would rather use our energy on something else. So as you can see here, you let them throw, and then you switch out with a move. As you can see, Briggsy switched out, he banked the move, and now this is a good matchup for us. Mantine is one of the most horrible Pokemons to use in the Go Battle League, and it's kind of sad to see such a cool PvP Pokemon, like, because it has very good stats, and they just don't like it, I guess. They just don't want to give Mantine good moveset. I don't know why. Player off doesn't quite KO. I think this is where like an attack-weighted Tinkaton comes in clutch. And actually they were able to chip it decently. Wait, they have Astonisher and they didn't go to the Astonisher? I guess people do whatever they want, right? We came in... Did we came in late? Did we come late? I don't think we come in late. Maybe? Okay, we shielded the bait. We're just gonna go straight sludge at this point, and not straight because we have to bait. That's like the main reason. I do think that they do live sludge, but they also don't have an answer, right? So we have to call a bait, do we? I think we have to. We did 3. Wait, didn't they? Aren't they 0 energy? Could have done one more. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's the perfect farm. Let's see. If he CMPs, that's the perfect farm. 1, 2, 3. He did CMP. So that was actually a perfect farm. Dude, never doubt Briggsy, man. Never doubt Briggsy. And he farms down the Mantine after and wins this game. Well played, Mr. Briggsy. Let's move to the next game. We have Lapras into G-Weezing. This is a dominant matchup. They switch into Credeli. So when they switch into Credeli, you have 2 choices. Number 1, you throw the Sparkling Aria right away because it will be good timing. And then you switch to Tinkaton. But you could also just switch to Tinkaton because it's a good matchup. Remember that we have Heavy Slam, or okay, it's Heavy Slam. Because we have Heavy Slam and we resist all the damage from Credeli, so it's, you know, it's a matchup that we win. But the problem is we will be so debuffed, but also doesn't matter, you know. We're gonna try to see if they try to catch, and they do try to catch. And this is the reason why we have the moveset that you can see on the Weezing. We don't have Brutal Swing, we don't care about Jelly. If they have Jelly, good for them. Because you do need Overheat and Sludge more than Brutal Swing. I tried using Brutal Swing Weezing, and it was just... like, it was just bad. That's all I can say. Now, let's see what's gonna happen. They bring in the Weezing. This doesn't quite one-shot, but it does some good damage, and that's why there is a big argument about running Bulldoze, because you just don't one-shot the Weezing. So why would you use Heavy Slam? I would say it's like a personal choice. Whatever you prefer, you do. I'm just gonna throw the Heavy Slam right away, and this Hammer smashing Pokemon is about to win this game as well. And that was another great game by Mr. Briggsy. Next one, we have Lapras into Tropius. So if you have a good IV Lapras, in the 0, you do live area 2 Leaf Blades plus the Air Slash, which is quite insane, to be honest. Like, usually you don't. You're not supposed, like, there is no water Pokemon that do that. The only 2 that can do that are Azo and Lapras. Now I'll be like, oh, but yeah, you know who does it? Toxapex. Toxapex takes a neutral from Leaf Blade, you actual pig. They have to Earth Power here, and I think they do. And now we're just gonna go back to Lapras. I don't like it when like opponent here just shielded from the Tinkaton on their Gastrodon, which is quite game throwing for them. If your Pokemon hard counter, why would you consider shielding? Like your Gastro was supposed to take out the Tinkaton, and it did. And then you wasted a shield on it, and now you're just gonna be shieldless. And then King Briggsy will capitalize on that. Like, imagine if you have the shield here, and then you shield the Overheat, and then you don't quite get KO'd by the shield, by the Overheat, because it will be debuffed. So yeah, never shield in a dominant matchup, guys. Never shield in a dominant matchup. I'm just gonna go straight Overheat King Briggsy with the Papiga timing, but it's fine. Because he's gonna switch and force them to throw, otherwise he's gonna get to the Sparkling Aria and finish this game. Well played, Mr. Briggsy. And that was such a cool game. I think he's 4-0 so far at 28-88. Wait, why this guy's wearing my avatar? Guys, you're not allowed. This is illegal, okay? you're not allowed to use my outfit. This is my outfit. I mean, you might say that I have bigger shoulders, much cooler looking avatar as well, but this is my outfit. You're not allowed to wear it. Okay, I will talk to Niantic for royalties. Problem is, we don't know whether it's Niantic or Scopely Gaming now. They swap into Feraligatr. This is actually such a dominant matchup for Lapras. Here is where, like, the stats comes in clutch. Like, what are they gonna do? Crunch? Yeah, good one, buddy. Yeah, they have to go Hydro, and we can just overfarm for a bit. And this is where, like the stats comes in as the OP stats, like the OP factor. Look at that. In a neutral matchup, we left with a move and almost 0 HP. They bring in Lapras, we can just switch out. There is no reason to stay in. And now, Sparkling Aria doesn't do that much. If you have a very, very solid IV Tinkaton, you do comfortably live 2 Sparkling Arias. If you don't, you're going to get KO'd by almost the second. So this is where, like, IV is actually important. Oh, never mind. It's not Lapras then. It's not Lapras. Sorry, guys. I saw a matchup where, like, 2 did exactly the exact damage just to KO. We're just going to go straight for the heavy slam, and then we switch out, because there is no reason to stay in, to be honest. My imposter versus Briggsy, my student. Who's going to win? Let's see, guys. Let's see. Briggsy going straight for the Sludge, and Sludge getting... Well, okay, they top left. Yeah, the real Yasser would never top left, let's be honest. Briggsy get rewarded with a jump love, and now he's at 2960 something, and he is in game number 1, locking in and going straight for hoping for the 5-0, and game number 1, he gets a Doombug. Let's see, Doombug try to sneak a catch. Briggsy is aware, and he's like, no, holding on his energy. I like this play because now Doombug is forced to shield, and then we can go for a dominant matchup. This is a very, very dominant matchup because we can just shield the flash cannon and then farm them all the way down and leave with so much energy. Now he brings in Tentacle, but the thing is, like, look at the damage. It's not going to be that much damage because Tinkaton is just such a beast, like holding that hammer and smashing every Pokemon the opponent is using. Doesn't matter, it doesn't get it. This is where, like, Bulldoze would have came in handy. And there is the Cacturn. How do we beat the Cacturn now? Well, step number 1 is just throw Sparkling Arias. Now, step number 2, we get denied. I think we don't need to shield. Yeah, Trailblaze, we're gonna have to Sludge right away. And we did land the Sludge. I think the game is GG at this point, and there is no way Doombug can win. We do have a shield, and just gonna shield this, throw the Sludge. By we, I mean like Briggsy, you know. And yeah, that was a well played by Mr. Briggsy. Now moving into the next battle, probably the last. No, I don't think the last. Oh no, we have way more battles. Today is your lucky day, guys. So we saw this matchup happening earlier where, like, it takes forever, and then the Tinkaton comes in handy with the superior typing. Fairy and Steel, one of the best dual typing in the entire game, because whatever Steel lose to, usually Fairy denies that outside the ground. And whatever Fairy lose to, such as Poison, Steel denies that, you know? So your only way to counter this is ground, as far as I'm aware. And fire. And fire is not meta. Ground is yes, technically always meta. They switch into the Ferrothorn, and this is why you do need Overheat. You cannot not run Overheat. You have to run Overheat in this meta. Sludge versus the Tentacle. I mean, we're just gonna go to Lapras when the switch is up. They bring in Credeli, and they go for the ancient power. No, it's Rock Tomb right away. I mean, we don't need to shield that. As you can see, Lapras is just a tanky Pokemon. And we're just gonna go for more Ice Beams if they let us, but they didn't let us do that. So now Rock Tomb landed, and we're gonna do 4 on the Tinkaton and throw the Heavy Slam. This Heavy Slam is about to knock out, and now it's 1v3. I think this is the matchup where I said, like, the Skull. See, guys, The Skull does 35%, and he was at 35%. So I'm assuming if you have a better IV, he would have just got into the move there and make the game easier. Now we have to get to 3 Sludges before they get to 2 Skulls. And this is the first Skull, I'm assuming. And now I'm just gonna go for the Sludge, and we get it before them, and we win the game. Weezing proving that it's the king in this cup, and you cannot pretend that it doesn't exist. Next game, they have Electrode. Electrode is the Pokemon that people are using right now, and Hisui Electrode is actually one of very, very few Pokemons that does beat Tinkaton. So we shielded the Wild Charge. I think we are in a very bad situation. And Briggs is baiting here for no reason. Opponent calling the bait. Oh my god. If you have Bulldoze, two of these will KO. Oh, wow. It actually lived the Hydro. I did not expect that from a Shadow Empoleon especially. Play Rough landed. I think if he went straight play rough, he would have taken out the Empoleon as well. Drill Pick does actually decent amount, and now they bring in the Electrode. You always bait, okay, guys. Good players always bait. Look at Briggs, he never nukes. We landed and we switch out. We're in a very, very annoying situation, to be honest. They Wild Charge and Dip, I'm assuming. And now we're gonna overfarm, and then throw the Overheat. And our win con is them no shielding this. Let's see. Okay, they did not shield. We have a win condition now. Because their win condition is getting to two Wild Charges. Our win condition is KOing them before getting to Wild Charges. This doesn't KO, but the Psy Wave and the Snipe from Briggsy comes in handy at the end of the game. Well played, Mr. Briggsy. Briggsy moving into the next game here, and they switch into Carping. I did not know people are using this Pokemon. Dude, don't use Carping. It's so RPS, man. It's so RPS, especially like as a safe swap. Heavy Slam. Oh my god, dude. That's a double super effective move, by the way, guys. Look at that. Didn't even do like... I was like, maybe this will be like a one-hit KO, but it wasn't. We need actually 2 moves. Good thing we overfarmed to 100. We knocked it out, and now we can just go straight Heavy Slam. 2 Heavy Slams do not KO, but it put it low enough where like we can Psy Wave all the way down. Point is that's trying to astonish us down, but I don't think it's worth it because we're just gonna go for the Snipe. Yeah, and this is actually a good shield. Oh my god, what's that? That's a Lantern? Dude, why people are using Lantern? It's so nerfed, like you have to use Lantern for the Spark damage, and the Spark is just such a bad fast move. Use Hisui and Electrode if you want to use an electric Pokemon. I mean, I understand that it has a much cooler, better resistances, but it's actually not worth it. We just need to go straight Sludge here, and maybe we need to catch Shield. So let's see. Oh my god, that did good damage. We just don't shield now and call the bait. Okay, they don't bait, and now just gonna Fairy Wind all the way down, and we shield this, and that's why you don't use Lantern. The old Lantern would have swept this team, but the new Lantern sucks. And they left the game, and Briggsy takes the win. Okay, moving into the next game. We're playing Rock Heaven. Okay, Briggsy's winning the lead. They switch into Klefki. What do we do against Klefki? I think we just stay in and throw these Sparkling Arias, because we kind of don't have an answer. So once we landed that, we can just go to our own. I mean, shielding is actually a good idea if you shield the Flash Cannon. We're gonna do 4 and then throw the Heavy Slam. This Heavy Slam is a neutral, but it does enough damage to take out the key looking Pokemon. And now we're just gonna go straight Play Rough. I mean, Play Rough is resisted, but we don't have a choice. I think we're just gonna wait, and smash the swap. This is where like swapping would actually be a good idea, I think. But since we landed, we tapped the move. They got the attack fell. This is actually annoying. We're just gonna go Lapras and see what they do. They have a Cacturn. In this matchup, always bait because it's very risky for them to call the bait. They will always shield. And we didn't even build up. Briggsy, what you're doing? Okay, they aren't even counting. Never mind. What do we do now? Well, we're just going to go to Weezing and win this game. We don't need to shield this. I mean, this does good damage, but you don't shield the first because the second one will do much more damage, right? It will do 20% more. We're just gonna go for the fully farm down and go for the overheat, and this overheat will take out the Tenta, And that was a very cool way to end these sets of battles. Briggsy gets the 5-0 and get Eminfino. Is that enough to hit Legend? Yes, it is. He is 3033 MMR, getting all the cool stuff with 1,000 games. Well played, Mr. Briggsy. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much, Briggsy, for the legendary battles. 10-0 to Legend with Tinkaton. What a cool way to end the video. So, guys, if you like the content, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever you're having. Peace.